What's up, legends? Welcome back to Business Legends. I'm Alex. Today, we're talking about Amazon. And let me tell you, this story is absolutely insane. Picture this. It's 1994, and a guy named Jeff Bezos is working at a hedge fund on Wall Street making bank. Secure job, fat paycheck, the whole 9 yards. But then he reads that the internet is growing at 2,300% per year. 2,300%. So what does he do? He quits his cushy job, packs up his car, and drives across the country to start an online bookstore. From his garage. Yeah, you heard that right. The company that's now worth $2.3 trillion started in a garage in Bellevue, Washington. Here's the thing though, everyone thought he was crazy. Even his boss told him it was a terrible idea. But Bezos? He had this framework he called regret minimization. Basically, he imagined himself at 80 years old and asked, what would I regret more, trying this and failing, or never trying at all? The answer changed everything. So get this, Bezos initially called the company Cadabra, like abracadabra, magic, right? Wrong. His lawyer misheard it as cadaver, like a dead body. Not exactly the vibe you want for your new business. So he's flipping through the dictionary and lands on Amazon. Why? Because it starts with an A, so it'll show up first in alphabetical lists. Plus, it's the biggest river in the world, and he wanted to build the biggest bookstore in the world. Smart, right? But here's where it gets wild. July 5, 1994, Amazon is officially born. Bezos sets up shop in his garage with a couple of desks he literally made from old doors. No joke, doors for desks. His parents invest almost $250,000, basically their life savings. Can you imagine that conversation? Hey mom and dad, I'm quitting my Wall Street job to sell books on this thing called the internet. Can I have $246,000? But they believed in him. And on July 16, 1995, Amazon.com goes live. Within the first month, they're shipping books to all 50 states and 45 countries. From a garage. But check this out. The late 90s were absolutely bonkers for internet companies. Everyone and their mother was starting a .com. Pets.com had a sock puppet mascot. Cosmo.com promised to deliver DVDs in an hour. Money was flying everywhere. Amazon was right in the middle of this madness. The stock went public in 1997 at $18 a share. By 1999, it hit over $100. Bezos was on the cover of Time magazine as Person of the Year. Everyone thought internet companies were the future. They were printing money. Well, not actual money. None of these companies were profitable. But who cared? The future was here. Then March 2000 hits. The dot-com bubble doesn't just burst, it explodes. Companies are going bankrupt left and right. Pets.com? Dead. Webvan? Gone. Cosmo? See ya. And Amazon? Oh man, Amazon got absolutely destroyed. The stock went from over $100 to less than $10. That's a 90% drop. 90%. People were calling Bezos an idiot. Articles were literally predicting Amazon would go bankrupt. Here's the thing though, while everyone else was panicking, Bezos was playing chess while they were playing checkers. Right before the crash, Amazon had raised $672 million in convertible bonds. They had over $500 million in cash just sitting in the bank. But more importantly, they had figured out something brilliant. See, most companies have to pay their suppliers before they get paid by customers. Not Amazon. They were getting paid by customers immediately. Credit cards, baby. But they didn't have to pay suppliers for 30 days. This meant they were essentially getting free loans from their business operations. The more they sold, the more cash they had to work with. It's called a negative cash conversion cycle, and it's genius. While other .coms were burning through venture capital money, Amazon was generating cash from actual sales. Revolutionary concept, right? Selling things to make money? Who would have thought? Plot twist. Amazon didn't actually make a profit until the fourth quarter of 2001. Their first profit ever, 1 penny per share. 1 cent. After 7 years in business, Wall Street analysts were losing their minds. But Bezos didn't care about profits. He cared about growth. He cared about customers. He had this crazy idea that if you focused obsessively on giving customers what they wanted, the money would follow eventually. Every single decision was based on one question: is this good for the customer? Lower prices? good for customers. Faster shipping, good for customers. Bigger selection, good for customers. Profits, that can wait. This drove investors absolutely insane. But Bezos kept preaching the same message: we're not focused on the quarter. We're focused on the decade, and he meant it. While everyone else was trying to make a quick buck, Amazon was building infrastructure, warehouses everywhere, better technology, more products. Then 2005 hits, and Amazon drops a bomb that nobody saw coming. Amazon Prime. For $79 a year, you get unlimited 2-day shipping. The media called it all-you-can-eat shipping. Analysts said it was financial suicide. How could Amazon possibly make money giving away free shipping? The math didn't add up. Here's what they didn't understand: Prime wasn't about shipping. It was about changing human behavior. Before Prime, people would wait until they had a bunch of stuff to order to make the shipping worth it. With Prime, you need toothpaste? Order it. Phone charger? Order it. Random book at 2 a.m.? Order it. Prime members didn't just shop more, they stopped shopping anywhere else. Why drive to the store when Amazon could deliver it tomorrow? The program exploded. But Amazon was just getting started. Remember, they're playing the long game. They're building something bigger than anyone realized. So here's where it gets really wild. It's 2003, and Amazon's having a meeting about their IT infrastructure. They realize they've gotten really good at building scalable technology systems. Like really good. Better than most tech companies. And someone has this crazy idea: what if we sold our infrastructure as a service? What if other companies could use our servers, our storage, our computing power? People thought it was insane. Amazon sells books. What are they doing getting into enterprise cloud computing? But Bezos saw the future. Again, 2006 they launch Amazon Web Services, AWS, Simple Storage Service S3, and Elastic Compute Cloud EC2. Names only a computer nerd could love, right? But these services were revolutionary. For the first time, any startup could access the same powerful infrastructure that Amazon used. No need to buy servers. No need to build data centers. Just pay for what you use. Netflix runs on Oz. Spotify, Oz. Even the CIA uses AWS. Today, AWS generates over $60 billion in revenue per year and is Amazon's most profitable division. But here's what's crazy. While Amazon was building AWS, they never stopped innovating on the retail side. 2007, Kindle. Everyone said physical books would never die. Amazon said, watch us. 2014, Alexa and Echo. Suddenly, everyone's talking to a cylinder in their kitchen. 2017, they buy Whole Foods for $13.4 billion. Whole Foods, the everything store, now sells organic kale. Who saw that coming? And Prime? Remember that $79 financial suicide program? It's now $139 a year with over 200 million members worldwide. That's $27 billion in subscription revenue, just from Prime memberships. But wait, there's more. Prime Video, Prime Music, Prime Gaming, same-day delivery, 1-hour delivery in some cities. They're not just competing with Walmart anymore. They're competing with Netflix, Spotify, FedEx, and basically every company on the planet. Here's the beautiful irony. Remember all those analysts who said Amazon would never make money? The company that took 7 years to make a 1-cent profit? In 2023, Amazon made $30 billion in net income. $30 billion. Their market cap, $2.3 trillion. That garage startup is now the 4th most valuable company in the world. From $18 per share at IPO to over $3,500 today. If you had invested $1,000 when Amazon went public, you'd have almost $2 million today. But Bezos? He never changed his approach. Long-term thinking, customer obsession, willing to be misunderstood. In his last letter to shareholders as CEO, he wrote, "If you want to be successful in business, you have to create more than you consume." Amazon created an entire new way of shopping. They created the cloud computing industry. They redefined customer expectations for every business on Earth. And it all started because one guy working on Wall Street asked himself a simple question. When I'm 80 years old, will I regret not trying? That question led to a road trip across America, a garage in Bellevue, and door desks. It led through the dot-com crash, years of losses and constant criticism, but it also led to revolutionizing how the world shops, computes, and does business. From Cadabra to Amazon, from books to everything, from a garage to $2.3 trillion. That's the power of thinking long-term. That's the power of focusing on customers. That's the power of being willing to be misunderstood. The lesson? Sometimes the craziest ideas are the ones that change the world. Sometimes you have to ignore the critics and trust your vision. And sometimes, just sometimes, that garage startup becomes the everything store. Until next time, keep building your legend. Peace.